Thank you. Let's bring in Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz and District Media Group President Beverly Hallberg. Thank you both for coming on here. How divided are we? I want to put this up there because this is the AP poll. Electing this candidate will weaken democracy. Look at the numbers. Democrats about Trump, 87%. And Republicans about Biden, 82%. I mean, that's pretty much everybody. Look at the numbers there, Jason Chaffetz. That includes pretty much everybody. When you've got 87 and 82, I don't know how you get higher than that.
It doesn't get any higher on that. And it's very triggered on both sides. I mean, it's this amazing phenomenon. The world survives. America's strong. We figured these things out. But, you know, from the Republicans, they're looking over there at the Democrats. Democrats are trying to make sure Donald Trump's not even on the ballot. They're lawsuits and trying to make sure that even if he's the Republican nominee, he's not on the ballot. And then the consistency of the ballot, you know, voter identification. Really, that's like a hard ask, but the Democrats think that the world's going to fall apart if you don't have that. But if one of these two people is elected, the world will survive.
Yeah, the Associated Press quoted an associate professor of political science at Johns Hopkins who said the following, quoting here, social media platforms and news sites that reinforce biases accelerate the polarization that leads people from different political perspectives to believe the other side is the one representing the greatest threat to the nation's democracy, and said Lillian Mason, the associate professor at Johns Hopkins. So we all kind of live in our own narrative here, Beverly, is what it really sounds like.
Yeah, I really think what this points to is that Americans recognize that the presidency just has far too much power. If there is this much concern, if you have either a Biden presidency, another one, or another Trump presidency, that democracy is going to fall apart, we should actually put the power where it should be, and that is in Congress, pass legislation. Unfortunately, we have executive fiat where major decisions such as border enforcement, such things such as the economy, energy production in this country is decided by agencies, is decided by an administration. So I think that's what Americans should look to. Don't give the presidency this much power, because then it does produce this type of fear.
I want to go to the border now, Jason, because Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs has signed an order to send national troops down to the southern border. I mean, there's clearly a reason for it, but it really is kind of a stark move because she realizes that she's getting no help from the federal government.
Yeah, she's not only getting no reimbursement, what she's seeking. I mean, there's cost. There's real cost. You're giving these people free housing, free health care, free education. They've got to live somewhere. They got to get a job. They got to have food. And they're coming in by the tens of thousands on a daily basis. So those border states and the whole rest of the country, we're now dealing with millions and millions of people coming across. Yeah. No hope that the Biden or Kamala Harris will actually lock down that border.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right on that. And now there are these warnings, Beverly, that you have these IEDs, these improvised explosive devices being found down there along the border. So on top of everything else, you've got this flow coming across, and now you have Border Patrol agents that are being told, and by the way, watch out for the explosive devices because we found 10 of them down there. I mean, this is becoming a war zone.
It really is. You have the cartels, you have potential bomb threats down there. And look, Katie Hobbs isn't the only Democrat who has talked about the issues at the border. A lot of Democrat mayors in border states in these cities near the border have spoken up as well. But I think one of the things that stands out to me is she called out the president. She said the federal government is not doing their job. And so hopefully this underscores the problem that we have. But I even look to, it's pretty sad that we're having to send our National Guard on the holidays, lots of men and women going down there, helping the Border Patrol that is already doing a great job. But it shouldn't be here. We should have a president who enforces our laws.
Right, because the border is unchecked. I mean, you have this video that we show every single day. The border is unchecked, and they just walk across one after the other by the thousands. Jason, Beverly, thank you both. Well, notoriously soft on crime.